Welcome, everybody. It's wonderful to have you here joining in for some yoga practice. It's been a couple weeks, and I wanted to remind you that when I teach, I do not do the postures. And this will be something that I will continue to do as I continue to produce these videos. And I want you to get a sense of why. I believe so much in you are your greatest teacher. And I can create the framework for your experience. I can offer you a direction in which to go, but ultimately it's up to you. And I think that when we can eliminate the need to watch somebody else who is doing the postures, we really get a sense of where we are in space. And we also get to kind of fall in love with the sensations that our bodies feel, even if we're coming into a posture and there's some tightness. We can practice compassion. We can just ease into it or ease out of it without this idea that it has to look a certain way. Yoga should never be competitive. It should never be that you're not able to do something that I'm able to do, or reverse. I'm not able to do a lot of the postures. And that's okay. I can walk you through it. And I want you to really use your intuition to know how far to go, how deep to go, where that sensation in your body says perfect. Yoga should never be painful. We talk a lot about there's a fine line in which we walk that edge. And once we go past that edge, it can actually cause some damage to our body. It's just not good for us. So you get to be in charge of that edge. And I get to lead you down a beautiful path. And I love this way of teaching. I love being able to just guide and not do. And so I hope that you enjoy it. And if you ever have questions or feedback, I'm totally open. So please do that. And also go ahead and try the chair yoga class this week. It's a tough one. And it's also a sequence. And so you might become familiar in a different way of how your body can come into some similar shapes that you might do on the floor. It's just a beautiful practice. So go ahead and tune into that one too. And the meditation is wonderful this week, all about mindfulness and a deliberate focus. And I hope that you'll take into consideration the meditation practice and apply it to your life. Go ahead and start by getting onto your belly. I'm going to have you lay face down on the mat. And I like to crisscross my hands like this. Just stack them and then rest my forehead directly on my hands. That's how I like to be on my belly. Maybe you like to just turn your head to one side, and that's fine too. So get yourself comfortable. And I will be turning off my camera. And I want you just to listen to my voice. Listen to the journey within yourself, where you go. Then can you come back time and time again to just the sensation, just feeling what you feel. Beautiful. Take a long breath in here and start to feel how your belly expands against the floor. And then when you exhale, there's a drawing in. And then we fill up our body again. And we empty the breath again. We start to find this rhythm within ourselves. You might be able to, in this position, even feel perhaps a pulse, perhaps your heart beating against the floor. We tap into this rhythm. Talk a lot about rhythm within ourselves, the rhythm of nature. I marvel almost every day that despite the sadness in the world, despite pain, despite all that is happening, either in the greater world or even within our own world, nature continues to do what she does. And that is grow, bloom, perish, cycle again. Time and time again, nature teaches us so much. So we find that same rhythm within ourselves, that aliveness within ourselves through our breath, through tapping into the heartbeat here. And take a moment to be grateful. Such a simple intention for your practice, to come into gratitude. Gratitude that you chose to show up on a mat, to commit 45 minutes to yourself to become a better person. Start to slide your hands so that they're underneath your shoulders. This forces your elbows to go high to the sky like little cricket wings, but the elbows are going towards your torso. So they're not out to the edges of the mat, but really this long, lean body. And your forehead will find the mat, tops of the feet press into the mat. We just feel what this feels like, just a change, a slight adjustment to the hands. And then push hard against the mat. Take a long breath in. When you exhale, go ahead and bend your knees and hinge your hips back to your heels. The arms will extend long in front, and you don't really necessarily need to adjust the hands at all. So nice. And then you'll rise up on your inhale. Keep your knees down and lower your body back to the mat on the exhale. We'll try that again, just like that. You will inhale, fill up the body. And exhale, push the hips back to your heels. Inhale, come back up to all fours. And then exhale, lower your body again to the mat, all the way down. You might have to straighten your legs, wiggle around. We'll take that one more time and then we're gonna add on to it. You're gonna inhale, fill up the body first. Fill and feel it. And then when you exhale, hips go back to heels, arms stretch long. We inhale back to all fours. And then exhale, lower your body. Here's where we change it. Leave your pelvis down, your belly button down, and start to peel your heart up as the elbows reach back towards your hips. So come into a baby cobra. And then lower your forehead. We're gonna stay with this baby cobra here for 3 more times. So you'll inhale, lift your heart, maybe lift your nose, not much here. And then exhale, forehead back down. And do 2 more just like that, starting to find this dance between your breath and your body. 1 more just like that. You'll inhale up. And then exhale, forehead down. Stay for your inhale. Press your hips back, now bend your knees, exhale to that child's pose. We're gonna create this little dance here. Come up to all fours, you'll take a breath. And you'll lower your body all the way down. This time when you inhale, come into maybe a little higher cobra, lifting the chest a bit more. And then exhale, forehead back down. Fill up your body. And now hinge back, exhale. Straighten your arms. Inhale to all fours. Exhale, lower your body. Inhale, peel up your heart. Exhale, lower your forehead. Fill up your body here, inhale. And then just hinge back to child's pose, we'll stay. So starting to feel a little bit of circulation in the body by having deep bend in the knees in this child's pose, and then the lengthening in the cobra pose, we get this flush of fluid in the body, if you will. Let's go ahead and add on. Come up to all fours and stay right there. Go ahead and tuck your toes. Pause for a moment just to feel the stretch on the bottoms of your feet. Then take a long breath in here. The bum is going to go up and back as the legs straighten-ish. Arms are straight, eyes are at your toes. It's an upside down V shape. It's commonly called downward facing dog. But go ahead for this version. take your feet as wide as you can. If you're not on a slippery surface, you might even take your feet off the mat. And just feel the spaciousness that comes through the triceps, the lat muscles, the back, the sacrum, the legs, with this little wider version. Keep your eyes at your toes, or maybe even your belly, so that your head can just hang. Then bend your left knee a whole bunch. Notice how your right leg naturally straightens and the heel presses to the mat, and we'll stay for a breath or two. And then you'll switch. The right knee will bend and the left heel naturally just drops to the mat. And then switch. And switch again. Perhaps you begin to walk out your dog by pedaling at a little faster rate, just as if you're marching. You might even let your hips get a little involved as you rotate. Maybe drop a shoulder. Just pedal out your dog a few more times. And then find stillness. It's always nice to come into just quiet hold of a posture. Go ahead and walk your feet so that they're hip distance, not wide anymore. And then you're going to inhale and come forward as if you're taking a push-up. And here's where you can choose to drop to your knees if you'd prefer. And you'll take a breath in. And you'll lower all the way down to the mat. Back to where we started on the belly. The elbows high, and you'll inhale. Peel up your heart, cobra. Exhale, lower your head. Fill up your body. And then exhale back to child's pose. You'll rise up to all fours on your inhale. Find downward facing dog on your exhale. Roll forward into that plank pose, maybe knees, maybe toes. And then when you exhale, lower your body down. You'll untuck your toes, peel your heart up, inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. We pause to fill up the breath. You will exhale back to child's pose. And then you will inhale to all fours. Exhale to down dog, hips go up and back, upside down V shape. And then you'll roll right away into the inhale of a plank. And then exhale and a lower. And then inhale, peel up your heart. Maybe the movements get bigger. Exhale, lower your head. Fill up your body, inhale. And then sink back, child's pose. Try it all again on your own. Coming into the all fours. Downward facing dog. Rolling forward to plank. Dropping to knees maybe, lowering the body. Peeling up the heart. Dropping the head. Pausing to fill up the body. And sinking back to child's pose. Try it one more time on your own. And after this cycle, go ahead and stay in child's pose. Start to reconnect to your breath here. Let's go ahead and add on. Start to rise to all fours again. Find downward facing dog. And then take your eyes to the top of your mat. And if it takes a million steps, let it take that many to get your feet forward. No need to rush. Remember, life is plenty fast. Try to slow down your practice. Once you get to the top of your mat, go ahead and take your feet wide as your mat maybe. Maybe the toes even slightly turn out. And then start to sway side to side. Just feel the sensation through your back, through your hamstrings. And then find stillness just draped over the bent-ish legs. Start to bend your left leg again. Your right leg will naturally straighten, the heel will press down, and bring your right arm high to the sky. Start to open up just a little bit. Your left hand might be on the floor, or your left foot, and the right arm is really high. You might even take the gaze up. Take a long breath in. And then go ahead and lower your right hand back to the forward fold, just straight. And start to bend your right leg, much as your left leg knows what to do. The left arm will follow high to the sky, just like the right did. You might even take your eyes up there. Take a big breath in here. And then close that up. Drop your left hand back to the mat, just straight. Come up halfway. Take a breath in. Look forward. And then when you exhale, fold. Start to rebuild your spine. You're going to come up to stand, our first time upright. When you get to the top, you'll exhale. So we have this nice, tall, vertical spine. Arms will go high. You'll take a long breath in. Go ahead and keep your legs wide-ish. Grab your left wrist, pull it up and over the body. Breathe out. And then you'll inhale back to center. Grab your right wrist. And exhale up and over. Recreate length here. Take a long breath in. Separate the hands. Maybe even look up. Then seal your hands together, palm to palm, and bow forward over your legs. Come back to that draped forward fold. Separate your hands. Bend your left knee. Reach your right arm high. Sweep it up there. Breathe. And then exhale, fold. Bend your right knee, lift your left arm, inhale. And exhale, fold. We'll take that halfway lift again, finding space through the hamstrings, through the back, look forward. And then fold over those bentish legs. Peel your body up, slow again. Remember, this becomes this dance, linking breath and movements. You'll get to the top and exhale. Arms will slide up again. You'll breathe in. Grab your left wrist and pull it up and over as you breathe out fully. Nice side bend. Come back to center. Grab your right wrist. Breathe. Pull it up and over. Come back up with your arms. Maybe even look up. Press your palms together and just drape and bow over those legs. Left hand finds left foot, left knee bends, right arm rises. You begin to find this familiarness. When you exhale, it closes. Right knee bends, left arm reaches, and it closes on the exhale. Take a halfway lift, and that fold, surrendering down. Go slow as you begin to unfurl the spine, coming up to stand. And when you get to the very top, you'll exhale. One more time through this short sequence, arms go high, you'll breathe. You'll grab your left wrist, breathe out, and reach over. Come back to center, breathe in. Grab your right wrist, breathe out. Come back to center, maybe look up, press your palms together, and with gratitude, fold over your legs. Once you get into that forward fold, we'll stay and begin to heel and toe your feet so they're right underneath your hips. We have a little tighter stance here. Go ahead and bend your knees as if there's a chair hovering behind your bum. Have a seat in that chair. Arms might come down by your side. They might come to heart center and they might go up by your ears. This is an intense posture. And so be mindful of your back. You might even take your tailbone and tuck it under slightly to create space in the spine, in the lumbar, rather than this crunching to go deeper. And then take a peek down at your toes. Make sure that they're lifted up off the mat as you sink into your heels. So nice. Maybe you can sink just an inch for a couple breath cycles. Starting to feel the heat in the legs. Your next breath in will take you high to the sky. Reach up, look up. Bend your elbows to let that go and exhale. Find length again on your inhale. And then drape your body over bent legs into a fold. And step right foot way back. Keep your right hand on the mat. Left knee will be bent, and your left arm again sweeps up towards the ceiling. A lot of these twists here for the spine. So we rotate our heart to the bent left leg, left arm goes high. Maybe the eyes go up. It's called dragonfly. I mean, imagine what you might look like here with these long arms, long body. Take a breath in. Lower your left hand to the mat and then plug your entire back foot in as you come up, and your arms will go lengthwise on the long edge of your mat with your left hand in front, right hand behind you. It's so commonly known as Warrior Two. Then take a peek down, make sure you can see your left big toe. If you can't, externally rotate that left hip just a little bit more. We have this nice open pelvis here. The left hand is directly above the left knee. Then go ahead and flip your left hand today. I say often that I was taught many, many years ago that a palm face up is such a beautiful gesture of a willingness to receive all that is good. And I love that. I love coming into Warrior Two with my front hand just rolled up, fingers a little bit soft, as if I am welcoming in all that is good. I'm going to stay in this posture, just stay. Several years ago, I was teaching this same sequence to a group of individuals with brain injuries, and it was modified for their abilities. And I asked them to roll their palms face up, and I asked this one particular man who'd been practicing with me for approximately 9 years. And I said, what do you think about this palm face up stuff? And he says, oh, so simple. It's a gesture of giving. And I thought how beautiful that is. To not always be thinking of what can I receive, but instead what can I offer? Keep your legs just like they are. Begin to extend your left arm up towards the sky. You might even peek up at it. It's called Peaceful Warrior. And it's beautiful. Take a long breath in here. Begin to windmill your arms back to the mat. Now your left foot will step back. We'll be back in that familiar push-up. It might be the knees, it might be the toes. You'll take a breath in, and you'll lower your body all the way back to the mat where we started. Your heart will lift. You'll take a breath in. Your forehead will come down to the mat. You'll breathe out. Stay for the inhale. Then sink back to child's pose and exhale. Coming back to that first sequence. Rise up on your inhale to all fours. Find downward facing dog on your exhale. Take your eyes to the top of your mat and walk or crawl your feet till they get there. And when you get to the top, you'll be in a fold, feet close together. Take a breath or two. Now go ahead and bend your knees and sit in that chair, that intense pose. And peek down, make sure your toes are lifting. Hands might be at your heart, they might be down by your side, they might be up by your ears. You determine that edge. And then maybe sink for an inch for a breath or two. And now rise up tall, big breath in. Cactus your arms and exhale. Recreate length on your inhale. Drape your body over your straightish, bentish legs. Hands find the mat. This time our left leg is going to step way far back. Left hand will stay as the right arm sweeps up into that dragonfly where the shoulders are stacked, the arms are long, maybe the eyes go up to the right hand, and we stay. And we breathe. And take a big breath in here. Let your right hand come down to the mat. Spin your back foot. Rise up your torso. Split your arms lengthwise. Your right hand is in the front, directly over your knee. Make sure you can see the big toe of your right foot. Find that warrior position. Perhaps rolling the hand upward. You decide if today is a day where maybe you need to receive all that is good. Or maybe you can give a little of all that is good. And either way, we're here to breathe. We're going to hold this posture about 5 breaths. Just feel. Start to lift your right hand up towards the sky. Peaceful warrior. And then windmill your arms slow as you can back to the mat. Front foot steps back to plank, that push up. You decide knees or toes. On your exhale, lower your body all the way down. Untuck your toes, peel up your heart, take a breath in, baby cobra, maybe it's your biggest one yet. Lower your forehead and exhale. Preparing the body by filling it up with air and then sinking back to child's pose. We're gonna loop this sequence, 1 breath, 1 movement. Go ahead and rise up to all 4s, take a breath in. When you exhale, find downward facing dog. Eyes will go forward and you'll make your way to the top of your mat and we'll begin there. Settle into the folds, take 1 full breath cycle. And here we go. Bend your knees, find chair pose, inhale. Settle on your exhale, go lower. Inhale, drive your body up vertical, big breath in. Cactus your arms and breathe out. Find length again on your inhale. Fold over your legs and exhale. Your right foot steps back. On your next breath in, left arm sweeps up, dragonfly, open your heart. And when you exhale, lower your left hand. Spin your back foot, the right one. And when you inhale, come up to warrior 2, and then settle on your exhale, flip your palm. Inhale, reverse, left arm goes up and over. And when you exhale, slow windmill back to the mat, the hands go. And when you inhale, step back to push up. Exhale, lower the body. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead down. We pause here and we fill up the body. And then sink back to child's pose. Come up to all 4s, breathe. Find downward facing dog, breathe out. Eyes go forward, feet will follow. When you get to the forward fold, gather your breath. Take a full cycle, and then we'll continue. Inhale to chair. Exhale, sink, maybe as low as you've been. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, cactus, and breathe out. Inhale, back up. Exhale, you fold. This time, left foot steps way back, left hand stays. When you inhale, right arm reaches high, open your heart here. And then exhale, close your right hand. Spin your back foot, open up your arms, warrior two. Flip your palm and exhale. Inhale, reverse that, become that peaceful warrior. Then exhale, hands travel back to the mat slow. Front foot steps back, you find the push-up. One more time through this, either knees or toes, lower the body. Peel your heart up, inhale. Exhale, forehead down, fill up your body. Sink back to child's pose. Get that deep flexion bend of the knee. Inhale, back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, eyes go forward and you walk to the top. When you get to the forward fold, take one breath cycle. Then inhale to that chair pose, that intense one. And when you exhale, give it a little bit more. Then inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale to cactus. Find length again, take a long breath in. Fold down. Right foot, step it back. Right hand stays, left arm reaches, inhale. Exhale, close it. Spin your back foot, cartwheel your arms up, find warrior two with some power. On your exhale, flip your palm and sink low. Inhale, reverse it. Exhale, hands windmill to the mat, front foot steps back. You find yourself in that push-up. Lower down. Elevate the heart, maybe your biggest one yet. Forehead finds the mat again. Fill up your body. Now sink back to child's pose. Last time through. Rise up to all fours. Find downward facing dog. Eyes and feet travel to the front of your mat. We settle here, one breath. Come to chair pose, inhale. Sink on your exhale, get into the pose. Inhale, rise up, lengthen the body, bend your elbows, let it go. Find length again. Fold over your legs. Last time through, left foot steps back, left hand stays, right arm sweeps, biggest dragonfly yet. Close it up. Use the power of your torso to bring your arms up. Flip your palms, settle into the warrior. Reverse it, breathe. Cartwheel your arms to the mat. Last time through the plank, step back. Lower the body. Peel up your heart. And I'll meet you in child's pose. Breathe. You might revisit the intention of gratitude. And although you may find those plank sequences to be challenging, can you find gratitude for the ability of your arms and your torso, your breath to do the work? Go ahead and rise up to all fours. Tuck your toes and find that downward facing dog. Dig your eyes back to the top of your mat. Come into a forward fold, the top. Start to peel your body back up to stand. And when you get vertical again, close your eyes. From here, step your left foot far back on the mat, but make sure that your feet are separated. So you're on two separate lanes of traffic, or railroad ties here. And the toes on the right foot are facing forward. The toes on the left foot are at a diagonal. And the hips are squared to that front edge of your mat, the short edge. You might even bring your hands to your hips and just make sure that the left hip is square to the front. Both legs will remain straight here. Get long through your spine. And then begin to draw a line with your nose up. So we have this little reverse pyramid extension through the heart. And then when you exhale, hinge from the hip crease, especially the right one. And see if you can fold over a straight right leg into pyramid pose. Your nose is aimed towards your front knee. Pull your right hip back as you work your left hip forward. So there's a lot of space here. If you feel a sensation in your back leg that's uncomfortable, I would recommend separating your legs even wider. Sometimes our hip structure can cause a little bit of pain in the knee joint of the back leg. Hands might travel down your front leg to the mat. They might stay on your leg. They might stay on your hips. But you folded your torso over a straight right leg. It's what we call a pyramid pose. We'll stay here for a breath or two. Then to come out of this pose with a little bit of integrity, start to pull your belly button in towards your spine. And then use your inhale to lengthen your spine up to stand. Reach your arms up high. This will create a little bit of shimmy in the legs, if you will, as the balance begins to get challenged. Reach up with your left hand, grab your right wrist, and just pull it up and over behind you. So you feel this really long energy on the right side. Yeah, perfect, just like that. And now go ahead and unclasp the hands. Bring them down by your side. And just pivot on your heels so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Toes and heels are in one long line. You might need to make some adjustments here with your legs. We're going to move into a wide forward fold with same arm opening. So take a breath in here. And now hinge from both hip creases and fold down. Keep your legs nice and wide. You might bring your hands to the mat. They might find your ankles for a moment or two. Shift the weight slightly forward so the legs can become pretty straight here. We breathe into the tightness, no judgment, not worrying if it's good or bad, just feeling. Go ahead and bring your left hand to the center of the stance here. So place it on the mat, palm face down. Spread your fingers wide. And just as we've done most of the class, reach your right arm up to the sky. Maybe even look at it and find that dragonfly arm shape. Shoulders are stacked. Really work the heart open. Take a breath or two. A long breath in. Right hand comes down. We stay in a fold for a breath or two before we take it to the other side. Right hand will now plant on the mat, fingers spread wide. Left arm sweeps. Open your heart, stack your shoulders. Take a full breath in. And now lower your left. Bend your knees soft and start to roll up. Now we're going to pivot on our heels to the back of the mat. Your left leg will be in front, right leg will be in the back, and square both hips to that back short edge of your mat. We're going to come into the same pyramid pose, but the left leg in front this time. So you may have to separate your feet just a little bit, a little wider stance. Check out your hips, make sure they're square. Heart square to the back edge of your mat. Take a long breath in. Hinge from the left hip crease here and aim your nose towards your left knee. Hands can travel down the leg, maybe to the mat. So leg is as straight as you can here. The work of this posture is to really find some space behind the legs, behind the knees, while surrendering the heart over. Lots of lengthening in tonight's practice. Start to engage the belly again. Bring it up slowly, the spine. Get to the top, you'll exhale. Turn again to the long edge of your mat. And then turn back to the front of your mat. Step your left foot to meet your right and close your eyes. Just stand and be. Returning to gratitude. Returning to rhythm. Feeling your body so alive. And walk your feet to the edges of your mat. Toes will be out. Heels will be in. Seal your hands together, palm to palm at your heart. Take a long breath in. Begin to bend your knees here and come down into a little yogi squat. Maybe it's halfway. Maybe the tailbone is just hovering inches above the mat. Either way and anywhere in between is perfect. Take just a couple breaths here, letting the hips soften and open. Then gently unhook your hands, bring them behind you, lower your bum all the way to the mat and shake out your legs. You're going to stay seated for 2 postures. Left leg will go long on the mat, toes will go up. Right knee will bend, and then you'll open your hips so that the sole of your right foot can press into the inner thigh of the left leg. It's a seated tree pose. Arms will go high as the torso lengthens. And then when you exhale, hinge forward. Reach your hands as far down your leg as you can. Maybe your knee, maybe your ankle, maybe your toes. You'll take another breath in, and then you'll fold deep. Slowly begin to peel your body up. Keep your legs like they are. Bring your left hand over to that bent right knee, and your right hand will come behind you like a little tripod, a little kickstand. And take a breath in, and just spin around to the right. Feel your spine cleanse. Go ahead and wind back to front. Right leg goes long on the mat. Left knee will bend. Hip will open. The sole of your left foot finds your inner thigh, not your knee joint, but way up in there. Toes of the right foot are up. Arms go high. Take a long breath in. And then fold, fold. Try to reach as far as you can. Remember length and surrender. Start to rebuild your spine. This time your right hand finds your left knee. Take a long breath in first, and when you exhale, spin to the back and cleanse the body. Go ahead and rotate back to front, straighten both legs. Begin to melt your spine onto the mat. And when you get to the back, Your spine is fully connected. Draw your knees into your chest. Give a squeeze. And lower your feet to the mat. Let the soles of your feet find each other. Knees open. Place your hand on your body. I like the right hand on my belly, left hand on my heart. It's just a beautiful reminder of the rhythm that is mine, my breath, my aliveness. Close your eyes. Take a full breath in here. Fill it up. Go ahead and allow a big exhale to exit the body as you let the practice go. And as you move into your final pose, you can stay as long as you'd like, as long as the body needs to integrate and to feel comfort here. They say a good Shavasana, as this pose is called, this final pose of rest and integration. It can be a wonderful way to restore the body. Some scientists even say a good Shavasana is like a 30-minute nap. Just allow thoughts to come in and out, really not having conversations with any one thought, but just being with what is. You may revisit your gratitude for your practice, for your body, for the opportunity to be alive, to cultivate a sense of wholeness in the mind, the body, and the spirit. I know for me, I'm so grateful for each of you sharing through messages and emails throughout the weeks that you're enjoying the practice. Incredibly appreciative to your generosity and support of not just my yoga teaching, but support of who I am. It means the world to me. So I hope that you stay as long as it feels good in your body. Remember, these videos are available to you for at least 1 month. So you can revisit this practice over and over. In a few weeks, couple weeks, there'll be more. A beautiful evening, beautiful rest of your day. Whatever time of day you're practicing, it's perfect. As always, it is an honor. I'll see you really soon.